It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. And now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? It is showtime. It is showtime. Okay, can't do that falsetto. Instead of showtime, it's showtime. Hey, I'm excited. I'm amped. I had a great weekend. I hope you did too. And I hope you had a happy Valentine's Day. And I hope that the person you love gave you some love. No, see, there you go. I just said, I hope that whoever you love, the person or people that you love, I hope the person you love gave you some love. Stop, you got a dirty mind. See, where you going with this? Where are you going with this? What's happening, everybody? My name is, yes, that's me. I am Geno Jones. It is time for the Geno Jones Daily Variety Show. Monday through Friday, unless Monday is a holiday or was a holiday, like yesterday was President's Day. So we had President's Day off, and we're back, and I'm glad to be back, and I'm glad to have you back. So I got an interesting show tonight. I got special commentary, so I'm flying the plane solo tonight. Because if you notice, the theme of tonight's show is President Biden. I want to holler at you. President Biden, let me holler at you. Now, I know later tonight he's going to be doing a town hall, and you can check that out. But listen, you all tap the president, take the iPad, take the phone, whatever, or if you got the smart TV in the green room, tell President Biden I want him to turn my channel on. So first of all, let me get this out the way, because there's still a lot of folks talking about the second impeachment verdict. The Democrat impeachment managers did a great job. I mean, a phenomenal job. Especially shout out to the brothers and the sisters that represented. Brother Joe Neguse, he's a representative from Colorado. And Delegate Stacey Plaskett, she is from the U.S. Virgin Islands. Man, I would love to have them representing me if I needed a lawyer, because they were phenomenal. Now, there's been a lot of talk about, they should have got more witnesses. Okay, listen, let me just cut through the chase right here and right now. Donald Trump could have took the stand. And I know I shouldn't even mention his name, but I'm just that dude could have took the stand, could have stood in front of the Senate and pulled a Colonel Jessup. He could have said, yes, I delivered the code red. And for my young people, if you haven't seen a movie called A Few Good Men, Jack Nicholson, one of the greatest actors of all time, played Colonel Jessup. Basically, he ordered a soldier who was beneath him in rank, he had him killed. He had some other soldiers to kill him. It's called, in the military, it's called a code red. And Tom Cruise was like the prosecutor. This was a military tribunal. It was a military trial. And Tom Cruise's character baited him until he finally got Jack Nicholson to say, I ordered the code red. Yes, I'm paraphrasing. I did it. Damn it, I'd do it again. And blah, blah, you want me on this wall. You need me on this. If dude would have pulled a Jack Nicholson, Colonel Jessup, and say, yes, I ordered the code red, and I sent the Promise Keepers, or I sent the Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers and the KKK and the neo-Nazis and the 3%ers and the Boogaloo Boys. I sent them all to the Capitol to lynch Mike Pence, because they built the stand, okay? They built it with a noose. They built a gallows. Literally, while they were storming the Capitol, they built this gallows with a hangman's noose in front of the U.S. Capitol, singing, "Hang Mike Pence, hang Mike Pence, hang Mike Pence. They went looking for Mike Pence. The Secret Service had to rush Mike Pence out of there with the nuclear, what they call the nuclear footballs, which means it's a device or devices that in case that he had to take over as president, God forbid, he had to give the order to give the nuclear codes and type in whatever the passcode or the pass key is. You see these big, heavy, black, like briefcases, and they've got the equipment. It's called the nuclear football to launch nuclear weapons. They had to rush him and the nuclear football out of there. These domestic terrorists, they would have taken that, and only God knows what would have happened had those terrorists got a hold of that nuclear football. But your boy, he ordered the code red. He sent them and lied and said, and I'm going with you. And he took his punk ass back in the White House. He wasn't going anywhere. He's the kind of dude, he'll throw his rock and hide his hand. He'll be the dude that's talking all the trash. Oh, I'll jumping chest all out. And when the fight break out, he looking like Usain Bolt. He running this punk scary ass up out of there. He ain't about that life. He doesn't want that smoke. He's not tough. Usually dudes that do a lot of talking are not the tough dudes. The dudes that are tough and it's about that life, they don't talk about it. As they say on the streets, they be about it. Ain't gonna do a lot of talking. It's just gonna be some action. That punk wasn't about that. He wasn't about that life. So I'm saying all that to say, like I said, he could have stood in front of all 100 senators and said, yes, I sent him to the Capitol and I do it again because damn it, they stole the election from me and I need to be. And they still, those 43 Republican senators still would have said, well, they can't impeach you because it's not, it's not constitutionally appropriate, the constitutionality of trying to impeach, convict, and disqualify a president after he's out of office. That's a violation of the Constitution, which was bull. It was bullshit. Because the Senate makes the rules. And the Senate voted by majority vote that yes, that this trial is constitutional. This impeachment trial is constitutional. So I get it. Yeah, I would have loved to see Mike Pence stand his ass up there and explain, well, dude, how did you really feel when they had to rush your ass up out of there after your boy, who you were loyal to, whose boots you licked and shoes you shined, and whose behind that you kissed so tightly for 4 years that he couldn't even squeeze a fart out of his ass because your lips were sealed vacuum tight, kissing his behind. And what did he think of you? He sent a bunch of racist domestic terrorists to lynch you. Didn't bother sending the National Guard or nobody else. Kevin McCarthy, the House Minority Leader, he's in the House of Representatives, called your boy, panicked, scared. Hey man, call him. You need to call your boy. You need to call these dudes off. They were breaking his windows, breaking into his office, smashing windows in his office, coming after him. And what did his boy say? Well, Kevin, I guess they're more upset about this election than you are. I would have loved to see Kevin McCarthy, representative from California. I would have loved to see Mike Pence, and I would have been Mike Pence. How did you feel when you knew your life was in danger? When the Secret Service had to snatch you and your wife And I think I don't know if that was their child or grandchild, when they had to snatch you and your family, literally seconds, you were seconds from being snatched up and strung up in front of the U.S. Capitol. And then your boy didn't bother to call you. I hear you all didn't talk for 5 days. He didn't call you or anybody on your staff. Hey, is Mike okay? Did they catch him? Did they string his ass up? None of that. You didn't even ask that. He did not give a damn. And Mike Pence, to this day, we haven't heard a peep out of Mike Pence. He has been mute. It's like somebody hit his mute button and broke it. He has been missing in action. He has been invisible. No word, nothing. No leak from Mike Pence, his staff, his former staff, his family, nothing. That's what loyalty got you. Because with this dude, loyalty was one way. You be loyal to me, you kiss my behind, you lick my boots, but when I'm done with you, I'm done with you. And if I want to send some domestic terrorists and white nationalists to build a gallows in front of the U.S. Capitol and hang you and lynch you like they used to lynch black folks, I can do that because that's who I am. So the bottom line there is nothing. There's nothing or nobody. If Jesus Christ came down and stood in front of that Senate in the flesh and said, y'all wrong, you know this dude needs to be convicted and disqualified. They still would not have voted to convict and impeach this dude because they are so brainwashed. And that is a fact. Which leads me to the theme of today for President Joe Biden. Let me holler at you, President Joe Biden. I like the way you handle the situation with this impeachment trial. Stay out of it. Let the Senate handle it. Let the impeachment managers from the House handle it. They did a hell of a job. All of them. All of them. Did a phenomenal, even the little trick, the little Weasley trick Senate Minority Leader from Kentucky, Mitch McConnell. You know who I'm talking about. I don't know, he tried to pull the Jedi mind trick. So he voted not guilty. He voted not guilty. And then stood in front of the U.S. Senate and in front of the world and basically said, this dude is guilty. He incited it. He is morally and physically responsible for that insurrection and that he hasn't gotten away with anything yet. His quote, he hadn't gotten away with anything yet. And then said that, that this dude is still basically going to be, he is going to be held responsible and liably from the criminal justice system. I paraphrase, that's what he said. In essence, he said, oh, y'all need to go lock his ass up because he is criminally and civilly responsible for inciting that insurrection. That was Mitch McConnell. I thought I was in a time warp. I did. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I'm like, wait a minute, what? Dude, I said, STFU. Shut the up. You just voted not guilty, and then you're going to stand in front of us and tell us that he incited the riot and he is morally and physically and responsible and that he hadn't gotten away with anything yet because of criminal justice. He can be held accountable criminally and civilly. How did you even form your lips to let those words come out of your mouth? To paraphrase Chris Tucker, can you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Because I couldn't understand the words that were coming out of Mitch McConnell's mouth Saturday night. I digress. Once again, President Biden, stay focused. Trust me. Letitia James and New York City, the sister that's the district attorney for Fulton County, they got you. Washington, D.C., whoever the district attorney is for the Washington, D.C., the city of Chicago got a lawsuit for him polluting the Chicago River. Don't worry. Oh, the woman, remember the woman, E. Jean Carroll, they said he raped her in some department store while she was changing clothes or trying on an outfit in like a dressing room. Yeah, karma's real. Karma's got it. But what you got to do, President Biden, you got to make sure that you get vaccines in everybody's arms. Now, I know there's still a lot of folks that don't want to get their vaccine shot. I get it. Black America, listen to me, okay? Listen to me. This is not my opinion. This is a scientific fact. Black Americans are dying at 3 times the rate of white Americans. I'm going to say that again, and I'm looking at this camera. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Black people in America, we collectively as black people are dying at 3 times the rate of white people in America. For every one person that dies of the coronavirus, COVID-19, and now we got all these different different strains of COVID-19, the UK version, we got the version from Brazil, we got a version from South Africa, and they believe they got even more, okay? I get it. Some of you all's pastors, preachers, and ministers are telling you, don't get the vaccine. God got you. Well, I want you to think about something. Don't you think that God got the black woman who developed the vaccine for COVID-19, for Moderna? You didn't think that God got her and God gave her the intelligence and the skill to be able to develop this vaccine for COVID-19? God got you, and God got you because he got this vaccine available so you can get it. Because guess what? This virus, COVID-19, and these new strains from the United Kingdom and South Africa and Brazil, they don't give a damn about God. They don't care who your God is or what your God looks like or how you say his or her name. This virus does not care. So God alone cannot save you. God can help us and save us, but we got to help ourselves. We just can't lay back, sit back, and just do nothing and say, God, you got me. No, it don't work that way. I'm paraphrasing, faith without works is dead. And in this case, faith without some work to get the vaccine could mean that you could wind up dead. So it's not about ideology and stop with all the conspiracy theories. I'm telling you what the science and the facts are. And the facts are black people in America are dying at 3 times the rate that white people are. So whoever your religious leader is, when they tell you, no, don't get the vaccine and blah, 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 then why is it that all these wealthy white folks are breaking their neck and leg to get this vaccine? It's good enough for them. Why is it not good enough for you? Okay? So you love your preacher, your pastor, your minister and all that, but love yourself. And I love you. And I'm telling you what the science and the facts are. Because there's almost 500,000 people dead in America. And once again, for every white person that has died in the United States from COVID-19, 3 black people have died. That's a lot of folks. It's a lot of folks that go to church. It's folks that go to church 2, 3, 4 nights a week. There's a lot of folks. I know folks that have passed away, and everybody, I pray for them, my family. We pray for some folks. And those folks had everybody. They had prayer warriors and everything else. And guess what? It wasn't enough. So get your vaccine. So President Biden, we need you to make sure that everybody gets these vaccines, shots in their arms. We need to make sure that everybody gets these $1,400 checks, or if they haven't got the $600 check, that they get the $2,000. And oh, by the way, just my suggestion, President Biden, I think that everyone eligible, and stop nickel and dime people. Don't be nickel and diming people. People making between $50,000 and $75,000. They're not rich. Man, they're struggling. In a lot of cases, they may damn near be living paycheck to paycheck, especially if they got a family. Now, I don't know what Joe Manchin was talking about in West Virginia. The average rent in America is $1,800. Okay, so I don't know what the rent is in West Virginia, but I know what I'm here in the Carolinas. I know what the rent is here in Charleston, South Carolina. I damn sure know what the rent is in Chicago, New York City, in Houston, in Philly, in Miami, in Atlanta, in Los Angeles, in San Francisco. Have you seen the rents? Come on. That's no money. Everyone who's eligible to get basically a survival, they call them a stimulus, a COVID-19 stimulus check. That's a survival check. Man, you got millions of people that are 4, 5, 6, 7 months behind in rent that lost their jobs back damn near a year ago. You got people that lost their job last March and April. And here it is. We are 2 weeks away from March 2020. You got some folks that haven't worked in a year, that's been looking for work, that's behind in their rent and mortgage. So you got to pass this COVID relief bill, because on March 14th, they're going to be millions of people that's going to lose that extra unemployment benefit insurance, $400 a week. You've got millions of people, if you don't extend, which I heard you did by executive order, so credit to you. I believe you extended the foreclosure moratorium, which means that these eviction courts for homes, foreclosure courts, you've extended that moratorium, which means that you kind of paused it until the end of September. So you got to do the same thing for renters, homeowners, small businesses. I mean, real small businesses, like the mom and pop's business, like the folks that's got the lounge or the bar on the corner, or that's got the restaurant in the corner in their neighborhood. Yeah, I'm not talking about no big chain. I ain't talking about these big chain restaurants and these big, because they're doing fine. Most of them are doing fine. The ones that didn't go out of business, if they're open, they're doing fine. That's why they're still in business. So, President Biden, what you're doing tonight is smart. Continue to talk. Once again, I said this about a month ago. President Biden, show everybody, including these QAnons and even these white nationalists, because guess what? They need health insurance. You reopened Obamacare. People can now, if they lost their job, if they lost health insurance, if they haven't had health insurance, they can go to, I believe it's Obamacare.gov or something. You can just Google search and go online and sign up to get health insurance through Obamacare. You can sign up through May 15th. Because even some of those white nationalists, hateful, racist ass, domestic terrorists, guess what? A lot of them, some of them was out of work. Some of them probably don't have health insurance. I bet you they'll be in line to get that $1,400 stimulus check. Wow, they're storming the government and wanted to overthrow the government, but they don't want to overthrow that money. And if they need health care, they'll be the first ones to get on Obamacare. They will be checking the mail, like they'll be sitting there waiting for the mail carrier to show up. Hey, is my government check in the mail? Where's my $1,400? I hate Joe Biden, but where my $1,400? Show people that you can make their lives better right now, not 6 months from now, not 100 days from now. Start showing them right now. And that'll cool a lot of this out. It ain't gonna make racism go away, but it'll cool a lot of this out. Because money has a funny way of getting people's attention. When you start digging in people's pockets, or when you can put some money in people's pockets, sometimes they'll look at you a little differently and be like, okay, you know what? Okay, yeah, I've been wilding out with this racist nonsense. I was just really playing. I got brainwashed. I'm sorry. Can you make sure we get another check? Because of what I was going to say earlier, President Biden, I think that everybody that's eligible to get a stimulus check or a survival check should get at least $2,000 every month until we get 85% of the population vaccinated. Because with this UK variant, all of the scientists, all of these virologists and epidemiologists, all of these public health experts are warning. All we have to do, look at what's happening in the United Kingdom. They've been on lockdown, I think, for a couple months. They are still on lockdown at this moment as I speak, because this variant that it's in the UK that came here is more contagious and more deadly. And people are just acting like, oh, we good. They're going back to the clubs and they're going back to bars and they're up in these gyms and then these restaurants are opening up. And they're even talking about opening up these schools. And the smart epidemiologists and virologists are saying, whoa, wait a minute. Because in the next, like 14, there's one guy seen that everything that he said, that he's predicted with COVID-19 has happened. He's a public health, he's a virologist and epidemiologist. I can't think of the guy's name right now. There's a couple of them. There's one that I believe teaches at Baylor University, and then there's another one, Osterholm, I think is his name. They're like, listen, the next 14 weeks, because what's about to happen, starting in March, this UK variant is about to explode. There's like 1,000 cases of the UK variant here in the United States right now, and it's about to explode. And it's more contagious and it's more deadly. So what you see happening in the United Kingdom and Finland today is on its way here if we do not continue to socially distance, stay out of closed environments like bars and nightclubs and restaurants without a mask. We got to do it. If we can just get through this last wave until we can get everybody vaccinated this summer, then we can begin to slowly start living a new normal. So President Biden, talk to the American people. Don't even bother with Twitter. Yeah, you can tweet, but do what you're doing tonight. Come on camera, look in the camera, talk to the American people. Listen, the bipartisan talk, I understand it's political and it sounds good and it sounds great. But these Republicans, this is not the Republican Party that you knew, that you used to work with. President Biden does not exist. This is the party of Orange Hitler. It is a cult. It is a political cult. And they do not want you to succeed. They don't even have common sense. They want death and destruction. So you can't work with those people. Now, they can be deprogrammed, or if they come to their senses, or whatever happens, yes. Focus on the American people. Don't focus on the politicians. You've got enough Democrats, and you have a few old school Republicans that really do believe in the Constitution and the oath that they took. Like a few of them said, they've taken an oath to be loyal to the Constitution and to protect America against all enemies, foreign and domestic. But the rest of them is a political cult. What's this QAnon and this racism and this sedition and insurrection? You can pray for them, but you can't waste. You've got to get the job done because people are going to hold you accountable. And if you can show regular, everyday people that you can make their lives better, you and your party will be in power for the next 2 generations. People are desperate and they are scared and afraid and hungry, just at a loss. There's a lot of pain, physical, mental, emotional pain, fear. You can work on that. Use your power for good. Use your power to improve everybody's lives. Starting today, and start with making sure that everybody gets vaccinated, that everybody does what they need to do in terms of being socially distant. Get the message out of there. Let these businesses know. No, if we need to shut down for another 4 weeks, if it takes 4 weeks to be able, 4 to 6 weeks to be able to open up fully, totally, not 25% or at 50% capacity, but to be able to open back up fully, it's worth it. Because had we did that 10 months ago, we would be in a better, well, I don't know with that dude in the office, but we still would have been in a better situation. Show the American people that politicians, public servants, don't call yourself a politician. Say, I am a public servant. My job is to serve the public. And that is what I'm here for. And before I go, shout out to the NAACP and Congressman Benny Thompson of Texas suing Orange Hitler, AKA that dude, and Rudy Giuliani for inciting a riot and an insurrection at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. Good job. I will close by saying this. Sometimes you can't appeal to people's morality, humanity, compassion, or empathy. But you can always get somebody's attention when you start digging in them pockets. Keep digging in them pockets. Sue his ass. Shout out once again to the NAACP and Congressman Representative Benny Thompson. Go dig in them pockets. Dig in them pockets. Letitia James, up in New York City, district attorney. Oh, I believe her job, she's got that basic job. This is a civil lawsuit. She's looking for civil crimes against the Trump organization. Dig in them pockets. Dig in them pockets. Sister, the DA down at Fulton County, oh, those are criminal charges. You throw them cuffs on them while you're at it. But keep digging in them pockets. Thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you, God. Most of all, thank you for letting me do the Geno Show. Please like, share, and subscribe to the Geno Jones YouTube channel. Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, around 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, unless it's a holiday or so. Mother, I love you. I know you're watching, and I love each and every one of you, too. Thank you for watching. All the new subscribers. Every time I check, I got a bunch of new subscribers. Help a brother out. Please help a brother out, because my goal is to get 10,000 new subscribers by June 1st. I know we can make that happen. I know you can help a brother make that happen, and I know you will make that happen, and I thank you in advance. Shout out to my hairstylist and my barber, Markel Bailey, KLB Cuttin. Check him out on Instagram, KELBECUTTIN, the official wardrobe consultant, the official stylist for the Geno Jones Show. Ha! Pow! Pow, 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 pow. Shout out to my man, Bruce Gage. Check him out on Instagram. Just do a Google search, Bruce Gage, Gage. Also, he's got flyballthestore.com. He is one of the few officially licensed vendors to sell Negro League gear. If you're a fan of the Negro League, Negro Baseball League, some really beautiful looking gear. But if you like this look, you want, like I said, you want to be pow, 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 pow. Check out. I'm just having fun. Hopefully put a smile on your face. Check out Mr. Bruce Gage on Instagram. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. President Biden. I hope you heard what I said. Listen. Show everybody you can make their lives better. Show everybody that, yes, with the power, you can use the power, and those in the Senate and the House of Representatives, use your power for good. Use your power to make people's lives better, and do it now. Trust me, you'll be glad you did in 2022 and 2024, when election time, when the midterm elections, and when the presidential election comes back in 2024. I love you, everybody. I really do. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'll see ya. All right. Oh, go binge watch all my previous episodes. Had some great guests, some great commentary. Go back, binge watch Geno Jones right here on YouTube. Thanks, everybody. Till next time, see ya.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of The Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.